Miss Jennifer, Jennifer Doran psychic medium JenniferDoran.com.
Hello.
Hi. I guess you got my boy there. Hi, Erik.
Yes, he's absolutely here. I
Yeah.
said he had to be because I don't really know a lot about this topic.
I know nothing. Well, first of all, I've got some from prior pack of questions from the community about gematria, or I don't know, I guess that's how you pronounce it. But that's kind of like numerology. It's the practice of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase according to an alphanumerical cipher. A single word, blah, blah. Okay, so they still use it a lot in Jewish culture. So let's go ahead and start with that first. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who invented gematria? Well, I think the Babylonians did, so I kind of already know that. Can gematria, Erik, be used to interpret history? Examples: nuclear attacks like Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
He says to some extent, yes.
Okay.
Not fully, not everything, but yes, to some extent it can be. He
Okay.
says it's like it could be used to like fill in the blanks.
Oh, okay.
He also says, tell her I love her, because we forgot that. So,
I said I love you, though. I did.
oh,
Okay.
it must have cut out. It must have cut out because I didn't hear
Maybe
it.
I thought it in my brain so much. I
Yeah.
had to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are words really spells? Have they been used against us by those in the know? Well, I guess thought creates reality, and a word is like a thought. So I
Yes.
guess, depending on how powerfully that person uses
Yes.
that word, right?
Yes. So yes, they can be.
Okay.
They can be, but there also has to be and really this goes for most spells and this sort of thing. There has to be a willingness to accept it on the recipient's part. So whether that's just
Really?
fear or vulnerability or what, there has to be some sort of willingness to,
Like, oh,
to
I believe this is going to adversely affect me.
yes. And
Oh,
so he says the word willingness is maybe the not quite the right word, but kind of because they have to accept it in, whether
yeah.
they want it or not, whether it's conscious or subconscious that they're letting it in.
Oh, here comes Maria. I can't let the dogs out because it's bad weather.
Oh,
So I'm going to, oh, no, no, no. I did the wrong thing. I'm going to just mute.
okay. Well, we won't hear you though. So so we'll just wait until they stop barking. It's fine. I have a cat. I was on the phone and one of my cats cries like a baby. And it's so my friend was like, "Is that a baby?" I'm like, "No, it's not a baby. It's just my cat wanting my attention."
It's funny.
Yes.
All right. We're done with the greeting. How can we use gematria in everyday life, or can we?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is not something I know a lot about either, but Erik is telling me this is just a form, a type of numerology,
Okay.
a particular way of practicing it because it's numbers. It's assigning numbers to letters or whatever this is. It's numerology. So the way you would use it is, for instance, if you were looking to name your child, you
Oh,
might want
yeah.
to do this and see what the final number is and see if is that a positive number, is it a number that has some low vibration to it, that kind of thing. If you're looking to start a new business, what are you going to name the business? Check the I don't know the specific name you're calling this, but this would be a way that you could use it in your everyday life. If you meet somebody new, you're dating somebody.
Or the address of a new potential home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So I noticed in the gematria calculators online that chai, Chai, maybe it's Kai, which means life. I think it means alive because I just read it in Wikipedia. Does not come up as 18 as it should be, but rather 24. Does this mean we have it all wrong?
No, Erik says check your source.
Okay.
Check your source. Sometimes stuff online, like it's great, we can get information online at the drop of a hat, but it's not always right or it's not always accurate. Or,
Yeah.
like in astrology, they like all of a sudden a few years ago they changed the astrological chart.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I still subscribe to the original one, the old one.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
So this is one of those things. Just check your source there.
Okay. Is gematria related to angel numbers? First of all, Erik, what is it? What are angel numbers?
So angel numbers, how they show up here is for people who see repeating numbers. They wake up
Okay.
every night in the middle of the
11,
night,
11.
3:15. Yeah, so the
Yes.
repeating numbers, the 222, 333. But also angel numbers can be just a number that keeps showing up in your life. Wake up every night at 3:17 is when you look at the clock. So those kind of numbers are angel numbers, and it's our angels or our spirit guides trying to give us a message. I always tell people, clients, when they're seeing the same number over and over again, to just to search the angel number and see what the meaning of it is, because it might be very relevant to something you're going on in your life, and they just want you to know that you're supported and that
Yeah.
they see. Yeah.
Oh, good. Will Gematria ever be used, if not already, to decipher an ancient secret that we will find out about in this lifetime?
It's already being used. This is one of those things that's being used. We just don't know about it. So it's being
Okay.
used by people in power. It's being,
Oh,
yeah, being used to, again, fill in the blanks and stuff from past things. We just don't know about it. So it's one of those things where we might find out some big secret in this lifetime, but we won't know that that was used to discover it and to unveil it, so to speak.
well, I'm a big believer in numerology, and we have the questions for this section's plain old numerology, because mathematics is the language of the universe, in my opinion.
Yes.
So, how accurate is numerology, Erik, and how does it work with the path that we take on at birth?
So numerology, it's so what he's saying is it's kind of really another form of divination. Okay.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
use numerology to predict.
Mhm.
Okay. You can use numerology to predict. You can.
Okay.
But any prediction is subject to free will and stuff changing, and that kind of energy. So the thing is that, like, if you're somebody who puts a lot of um stock in numbers, then numerology is definitely going to be something you're going to want to use.
Yeah.
If you're moving to a new location, you're going to want it to have a new number, a good number,
Right.
a positive number. Although he is saying that none of the numbers are really like positive or negative, that they just have different, like, certain numbers have different vibrations.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
interesting. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's each number has like, okay, let's talk about the master numbers. Why do we have master numbers like 11, 22, and 33 in numerology? What is that all about?
They're just powerful. The vibration is higher. Again, I am not a
Oh,
numerologist. I do not. So I'm just going based on what
I am not either.
Eric's saying. So those numbers have a high vibration.
Mhm.
And I do know that the three together has also, so like, so this is kind of whatever, but the 666 is actually a very powerful money number.
Oh,
So
really?
even though like we think 666 evil, negative, six is, he's saying the six is like a good, has high energy for something, um,
Okay.
finances, money, wealth, and three together is not a bad number. Now four together, it changes the energy of it. So there's also something about the 111, 222 being, having power because of the three.
Oh, interesting. Well, somebody did our Erik and my numerology, and we're both 333, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's funny, as we were saying the 333, he said mind, body, spirit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how about that? All right.
So yeah. Yeah.
Can young and old souls take on any life path numbers, including master numbers, if they want to? If so, why do young souls take higher life path numbers and vice versa, and vice versa?
Yes. So yes, we can, like when we're over there planning our life, yes, we can choose the particular life path that we choose. And basically he says the choice would be based on what you are willing to try, want to do, just for the same, really for any reason that you would choose anything.
So you can choose like, okay, I want my name to be this, or maybe just birth date to and time of birth to be this, so that I have this life path number.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is it true that life path 9 indicates the last incarnation?
So he says not necessarily, no. No, because we would always have the option when we get back over there to come back in if we wanted to.
Okay. Well,
So
what is that
there's
lifetime? Well, yeah.
there's a connection to the evolution that you're on, the state of evolution, as far as like your spirit and your soul's growth. There is a
Okay.
correlation there, but it does not necessarily mean that it has to be your last life. If you planned it to be,
Yeah.
that okay, this last time I'm going in, and then he says, then you get back over here and decide, well, I'll go back in again. There's always
Sucker.
free will to do that. Yes.
Okay, interesting, because my next is, do life path numbers correlate with the evolution of the souls, and do they correlate with the vibrations of the souls?
Yes. Yes, they can, but they are not the only determining factor, he says.
Okay.
So if
Uh,
you're looking at two people that are on the exact same life path number, they don't
mhm.
necessarily have the exact same level
Oh,
of
yeah, of course.
knowledge and information.
Okay. Are the souls that take on master numbers, do they have special missions often?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
He's connecting it to humanity, raising the overall vibration of humanity a lot of times.
Okay. Interesting.
Light work, light work, that kind of thing, I guess.
So why are master numbers so special? Does that mean that the master numbers have a higher vibration? Does
Yes,
that vibration actually translate into the increasing the vibration of the energy of that actual soul?
it
Is that
can.
how it works?
It can. Yes. Yes, it can do that. So it's still, if you come here and you're a crappy person and spreading negativity, even though you're at a master, you have a master number, it still doesn't mean that you're just automatically at a high
Yeah.
vibration. But the potential for it would be there, he said. The potential for it.
Well, can you have a master number and you come in to do good through doing something bad, like
Yes.
where he ushered in that horrible thing, ushered in decades and decades of peace, but he chose to do that purpose. I don't know what his master number is, but I mean what his number is, but
Yes. Yes. Yes, it could be that you're doing good by looking like you're doing something horrible.
how long does a new destiny number, I have no idea what that is, energy, take effect after changing to a new name? Oh wow. So if you change your name, what happens to all this?
So it's very interesting because I have changed my name many times in my life. So I'm kind of interested in this.
Yeah. What's up, Erik?
Um, so it does, but honestly, what Erik is saying is that the one you came in with um has the stronger energy for a lot of people. The one you came
Okay.
in with, um,
Yes.
yes,
And
has the kind of overriding.
so your maiden name, for example.
Yep.
So when somebody gets married, do they use their maiden name to calculate, or their maiden
So
and
no,
high?
he says you still use your current name.
Oh,
You still
really?
use your current name, but that there would be energy. You would also want to know your birth name because there'd still be some of that same energy.
Yeah.
It feels like that energy is like maybe stronger or at least still is relevant, is
Okay.
what he's saying. So
So if somebody's name is Jane Doe, and she marries John Smith, Jane Doe Smith, is that what she uses to for?
no, so it would be Jane Doe and then
Okay.
Jane Smith. So it would be the two
Okay.
separate, just to
I
see what
got
the
you.
energy of this first number was and the energy of the current
I
number.
got you. What's the
And he
difference?
says, sorry, he was saying like if you think about it, like you do change and grow, and so there might be stuff from both numbers that are relevant to your
That's
growth.
true. What is the difference between master numbers and single digit life path numbers? Just vibrational energy, I guess.
Um, his single digit life path numbers. I'm just trying to see what he's trying to show me. Of course, it's not that the vibration is lower or higher, but it's like that would be underneath the life path numbers underneath the master numbers,
Okay.
so to speak.
Okay.
Um, so the master numbers, if there's master numbers, they will play a more significant role for you than maybe the
Okay.
life path number.
Okay.
But you want to pay attention to all of them. And it seems
Mm.
like there's more like with the life path number, it's more specific to you,
Mm.
whereas the master number seems like more about the collective.
Okay. And your interaction with the collective, the part you play as part of the collective, that kind of thing. Okay. I've seen people who have different characteristics than their life numbers that they take. What would you say about this?
Nature versus nurture.
Oh, free will, baby, right?
Yep, that's what. Yep, nature versus nurture. All of this stuff, your astrological chart, numerology, any of those other things that determine like who you are, what you're doing. Your nature and nurture play a role. Like if you
Okay.
how you're raised, how your experiences, that sort of thing.
Okay. Is life path 1 the lowest vibration / youngest soul? And
No,
master
not
numbers
necessarily.
have the higher vibration, oldest soul?
Not necessarily, although it can be that way. It can be, but it's not. Erik says this stuff is not always cut and dry.
Yeah, it
Like
doesn't sound like it.
this is exactly, the number ones are the first. Yeah, they might be the younger souls, but you could be on the other side and saying like, okay, I'm going to go back and put a lot of filtering on myself and do a life path that's, further down. And it's not even necessarily a lower vibration. This is all about learning and experience. So the life path number 1 isn't necessarily a lower vibration, although somebody on that might look to be having more internal struggles and that sort of thing. But it's all to learn and to grow in the collective. So they all have important value, is what he's saying.
Okay. All right. So if somebody says, I want to struggle more and learn a lot more, they might choose a lower life path number?
Yeah. Yeah. So what he just said is like if somebody comes in from a life that, everybody's life is challenging. There's challenges in everybody's lives. But some people have a life that's relatively smooth in comparison to others.
Yeah.
And so he was showing me the extremes. Like somebody might come off of a life where they never had to struggle for money. They were born into a family that loved them. They married into and created a family that loved them. They had a great career and, whatever. They
Wow.
passed from old age. Well, they might say, okay, now I'm going to go back and experience real struggle to experience the, what do you call that?
Contrast.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That makes sense. All right. Is life path 33 older souls and higher vibration or older souls than 22 and then 11? Is there a
well, like,
hierarchy there?
uh,
Same answer.
no,
pretty much,
same
right?
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll skip it. Do all ascended masters, earth angels, star seeds, old souls all fall on master number, life path, and destiny numbers
No, no, they do not all fall on that.
for the same reason we just talked about?
Yeah. So what he's saying about this is a linear way of thinking about this. That, 3 is higher than 2 is higher than 1. This is
Yeah.
linear thinking.
Right.
Okay. So on a soul level, here on earth, boom, 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 linear, linear, next year, next year, next year, next year. Over there, we're not. So there's that kind of energy in it as far as like our soul doesn't live linearly.
Okay. Okay, I heard master numbers, if they're not awakened, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. These might need to be awakened. Will take on a single digit number. I guess it's like 33 will turn into 6. Does that happen only to young souls taking on a master number to go down to single digit?
No, it can happen to anybody who has a master number that's not awakened.
How do you awaken a master number? Or are they talking about the master number, the numbers
Like
being
a spiritual
awakened?
awakening. This is
Oh, okay.
connected to spiritual awakening
I
and
gotcha.
awareness.
Okay.
So we can, what Erik is saying about this, we can have a plan before we come down here of what we're going to do and then get derailed when we get down here. And so
Yeah.
you come in with a master number and you have this plan to do something and you become a drug addict and you get derailed from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can alter that.
Mm. Why do master numbers even exist in our world? What is so special about them? Can't we just stick to life path 1 through 9 and then comes with extra number and then, okay, never mind. Yeah. What's so special?
It's
Just the higher
It's
vibration.
yeah, just the yes, just the duplicating of the numbers. It's it
Yeah, what's
seems
special about duplication? Like 1111 for one, and 33 and 333 and 11 and 22. What is it?
again, it's that mind, body, spirit. It's like it's that whole connection he's saying that the duplication has a higher like the can have a higher vibration because of the mind, body, spirit, the
Oh,
wholeness, the oneness, the uh, if you're
okay.
religious, I guess the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost,
Yeah.
like that kind of, and then there's the goddess and the three. I can't remember what that is. Um, so that's why there's power to this, but all of this has power because people have made it so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Um, so people get excited when they see the repeating numbers in the 222. And it's in connection with spirit. It's this is not extraterrestrial. This is actually spirit to
Okay.
human, spirit to human.
Yeah.
Um, and it was kind of designed as a way for us to communicate and know that there was communication back and forth.
Oh,
So it was
interesting.
given to us by spirit as a way of divination.
Okay. How do numbers and money correlate spiritually?
How do numbers and money correlate spiritually?
Well, we talked about 666 is correlated to finances, right?
Yeah, I mean there are certain numbers. I don't know exactly what this person is asking, but there are
Yeah.
certain numbers that have a higher vibration for money than other numbers do.
Oh, so
Um,
if you have one of those numbers as your destiny number or path number, I'm not sure, then it's easier for you to manifest financial wealth.
it could be, yes. And this would be something like if you're starting a business, the business name, make
Yeah.
sure it kind of has when you add up all the numbers of the business name, you maybe going to want it to have a number that's a bit higher of a vibration for money,
Yeah. Okay.
that sort of thing.
Any more to say about, this is a duplication, the meaning behind 666? Or is what we've already discussed?
So for some people, it is going to be a lower vibration number. Erik is saying none of them are bad. None of them are intrinsically lucky or unlucky. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Right.
more to do with how the person feels about the number. And
Mhm.
I can share something personal in a minute about that. But the 666 for some people is going to be very unlucky because they're fear to that number. So they're
Right.
not gonna like it. But strictly speaking in numerology, it's actually a pretty powerful number.
Okay. And so tell us your story.
So, 13 is notoriously unlucky.
Yeah.
And so when I was pregnant with my daughter,
Mhm.
um, who is in her 20s now,
Mhm.
my due date was right around a Friday the 13th. It was actually on the 19th, but the whole time I was pregnant, I kept saying she's going to be born on Friday the 13th. She's going to be born on Friday the 13th. I know she is. And so fast forward out however many months later, and she was born on Friday the 13th.
Oh, God.
And 13 has been my lucky number ever since.
Oh,
It's just a lucky number for me where I know most of the world it's an unlucky number.
yeah. Why has it developed to become this unlucky number to the point that they
Um,
don't put they go from 12 to 14 on the elevator, but really 14 is
yeah,
the 15th floor.
this is so this has religious connections, which I just know because I was Catholic when I was
Right.
younger.
Hmm.
So aside from that, I'm not getting anything else from Erik other than like evil, devil, like unlucky, just
Okay.
I okay, there were in history there were events that happened that were connected to the 13th
Oh,
day or
okay.
something. But again, it all feels kind of religious.
Okay. Now, when you add one and four, a three, it becomes four. What about four? I mean, that's considered a bad number in Feng Shui or to the Chinese.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Lucky number four?
in the Far East, what was it? It's like I happen to just know this somewhere that number in whatever language it is very close to death. The words are very similar. I can't
Oh,
think of where that is. Somewhere in Asia, I believe. I believe if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So that's why it has some of that unlucky energy. Is in some languages it's very close to the word death.
if you believe it is, then,
Correct.
you know,
Correct. So
uh,
Some of the number stuff in general, he's saying, is superstition. So
Yeah.
it's not
And thought
always.
creates reality, so
Yes. Yep.
what does it say? I mean, what does the number signify? Self-expression, self-fulfillment. Okay, I don't know. I've had to delve deeper into that. Now, I don't understand this one, so we'll probably just skip it. Why is 6 considered a man's number that falls short of 7?
I get no validity to that. So I
Okay.
don't. Erik is just kind of shaking his head like, no. I don't know where that came from, but he's saying no, that's not the case. So I don't know if this is like a belief that came along later.
Maybe. I don't
It
know.
just does not resonate. It does not resonate at all.
Okay, why is 7 such a lucky number to some? It says the number 7 is used to illustrate an idea of completeness through the Bible. And there are
So
7 heavens in Judaism and Islam.
yeah, Erik was just connecting this again to religious belief. The 7 is a very high vibration. It does feel like a very like high angel vibration number.
Okay.
So yeah, but it has religious. So again, some of this stuff is crossing over into,
Yeah. Religion.
but
It says,
then you give such a strong energy to a number and it becomes more powerful.
yeah. And it says in the New Testament, the number 7 symbolizes the unity of the 4 corners of the earth with the Holy Trinity. So yeah. When doing numerology with your name, should you use your married name or married? We already talked about that. But what if you get divorced? Do you still use your ex's last name?
So what he's saying about that is that there still might be some energy that was in it. So you can or no, you just go. If you just don't want to at all, then you just learn about the name that you have currently.
Okay.
Okay.
You can probably calculate both and see which one resonates with you. Uh-oh. Sorry. I got to mute my phone. All right. I watched a video of a medium who channeled the 3 guides of the light. And they said that numbers have specific vibrations. True. How so? How does number 1 vibration differ from a number 2? Yeah, that's so weird. How does it? I guess everything's energy, including numbers.
Yeah.
They have to have a certain frequency, right?
So well, what he's saying is that like the number 13 for me is lucky, so it would have a very high vibration for me, but for somebody
Yeah.
that's an unlucky number, it would have a different vibration.
Okay.
So it's like I'm asking him, like, if you just set all the numbers aside, like on their own, like no human energy into it, are they different vibrations? And he's saying not really. It's
Okay.
the interaction with us and
Yeah,
spirit
and our
that,
energy. Yeah.
yes, that
And
changes
our
or
beliefs.
alters
Yeah, that makes
the
sense.
vibration.
Now, do things like repeating numbers and patterns mean the same to everyone? Or when you see it, is it a message unique to you and your circumstances?
Yes, it's not the same. It is not the same to everyone. So
We talked about, well, this is not repeating numbers and patterns, but same as 13 and 7, meaning different things. I mean, 13
yeah,
things.
yeah. And so first and foremost, he keeps kind of saying this to me, and so I'm gonna pop it in here. Numerology, just like anything else, astrology, readings, you take them for what you can resonate with out of them. It's not the end all be all. Don't live your life based on the numeric value of everything that you're doing. So you might be on a life path number that doesn't look anything like how you're actually living, and it's okay. So it's like you take all of this with a grain of salt. You get pieces from
Okay.
here and there, and it gives a complete picture. Is what he's saying. Now I have forgotten the question that you asked.
Oh no, you did. You already answered it. Do repeating numbers and patterns
Oh,
mean the same to everyone, or so?
no, because
No.
like you might be waking up and so if we're saying repeating numbers like that 317, you wake up every day and it's 317, in your head, you might be like, oh, my dad passed over and that was his birthday. That's probably him. And so then you would trust your intuition on, who's sending you the message, who's getting your attention.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it would be very specific for you.
Let's just do a few more questions because I have so many. I'm going to have to divide it into two. Can single digit life path people jump random numbers or skip some digit numbers for reincarnation? Like instead of starting from 1 as beginning, then 2, 3, blah, 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 9 in order, one can jump 5, 6, 3, then 9 as their last incarnation, skipping other numbers.
So Erik is saying yes, that
Okay.
we can do this. Now, there might be the belief that we can't. There's
Right.
probably the belief out there that we cannot, that we have to go. But again, that's that linear thinking. That's that linear thinking.
Okay.
And so, are you incarnating on other planets and doing work there so that you're evolving, so that you come to Earth as a 1, and then the next time you come back, you're a 4 because of all the work you've done on the other side to grow your soul or in other incarnations on other planets. So this is not a hard and fast rule, although in numerology they may believe it is.
Okay. 2 more questions. How can it be that these frequencies are so embedded into our one's bodies at birth?
Well, that goes back to numbers and math being everything.
Yeah.
Like
Math is the language of the universe.
Yes. So when we get here, it's part of our makeup and our design.
Yeah.
This has collective consciousness energy to it. That's why. Yes, part of the collective.
All right. Are these frequency metronics, frequencies behind the numbers in nature?
Are these frequencies behind the numbers in nature?
Yeah, and then it goes on, and can it be overridden by Christic configuration? I don't know what that is. I'll be looking that up. But are there frequencies in nature?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. The symmetry ratio, the Fibonacci, blah, blah,
the
blah.
Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
Yes, rabbits. Yes. There's the numbers the numbers are everywhere. Numbers. Yes. So numerology is just everywhere.
Okay. Christic configuration. Let me look that up real quick. Okay.
Is that sacred? Is that something about sacred geometry?
It is something about geometry. I saw Christic geometry come up. Yeah, it's a band, so that's all I see. Configure it. I don't know. It's
this is something I have never even heard of.
Yeah, me neither.
Zero frame of reference for that.
Okay, well, we'll skip that. That's probably not too many people know. All right. I guess that's it.
All right.
We'll close for now. And thank you so much, Jen. And you have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, although this will be afterwards. Be sure you subscribe and share. Love you guys.
Love you,
Erik. Love you, Jennifer.
Love you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.